Good morning, class.
Good morning.
So, every year for Thanksgiving, me and my family go over to my Aunt Dolores' house, and basically all of her relatives from all across the state come together, and we have a big Thanksgiving lunch together. And of course, you know, one thing that pretty much every Thanksgiving feast has is a turkey. So I, get some turkey, I sit down, I take a bite of it, and I'm just like, this is so dry. It's so tasteless. Now I'm sure that my Aunt Dolores isn't a bad cook at all, but there's just something about that turkey that's just, it didn't seem right. And I've been thinking about this for like years, until I finally discovered it. She didn't use what's called a brine. Now, from what I gathered from students around this campus, is that they don't know what a brine is. So basically what a brine is it's a mixture of water, salt, and other spices, and then you put the meat inside of that brine, and then you refrigerate it overnight, and then the next day you take it out and cook it like normal. Now I know what you might be thinking, isn't that the same thing as marinating? Well, no. As you can see here, a brine infuses the flavor inside the meat, whereas a marinade, all it does is coat the surface. So by brining, you're getting all that nutrients inside the meat, which is pretty awesome. Now, why should we brine? Well, obviously, as I just said, it makes the meat nice and flavorful. And it also makes it nice and moist so that you don't get that dry plywood taste. Now, of course, brining meat, you gotta put it in a pot, and some people might not have a pot that size. I mean, here's an example of what a brine looks like. This one is very basic. It has water, salt, and brown sugar, all with some ice in it. I mean, the ice is melted by now, but. So that's one example. Alternatively, if you can't do that, you can also do what's called a dry brine, which is like you make this mixture and you rub it on top of the turkey. This way you can actually have some crisp skin if you prefer that. And another thing that you can do is put what's called aromatics into the cavities. So we have some oranges, some onions, and some garlic. You can put that in there and it'll give a nice aroma to it. And so hopefully you can have meals that sort of look like this. Hopefully. So, your mileage may vary on this. I know that there are some people that, they like, they may like it or they may not like it that way. It's up to you. So what I'm trying to say is I encourage you to all, give it a try, at home, whether you do it yourself or someone else does it for you. Just tell people, get them the brine. Because then you can have a meal that's going from okay to one that is great.